Bro, when people, what I got from that is he's a hater. If you don't know me as a person, say you don't like me. You don't know me. You feel me? And I don't give a fuck him. Everybody including Will, Will.
Gervonta Davis speaking about you. Is that ever a possible fight?
Yeah, if he want to dare to be great.
What I mean, leave them big guys alone. Stop trolling them, right? They're best 147 pounders in the world, and they're the best 140 pounders for a reason.
One Gervonta Davis recently posted on X claiming that after Crawford's victory over Canelo, he believes he could beat Crawford himself. He said, "I'll swing on him for real." Davis doubled down, telling critics to watch him perform and promising to train harder. He insisted he deserves respect in the sport and a real chance to prove himself, believing a win over Crawford would cement his place among boxing's elite. But instead of praising Crawford's historic achievement, Davis's remarks were seen as dismissive. Many analysts criticized him, saying that even if he didn't want to praise Crawford, he should not belittle such an accomplishment. They stressed that defeating Canelo so decisively was something many thought impossible, and to downplay, it was both disrespectful and unworthy of a fellow fighter.
It dominated a first ballot Hall of Famer, a 4-division champion, a 2-time undisputed super middleweight, and was the reigning undisputed 168-pound super middleweight world champion. Superstar boxer, Saul Canelo Alvarez, who is now 63 wins, 3 losses, 2 draws, 39 wins by way of knockout. And Gervonta Tank Davis, I'm not even going to read off his accolades because what he did is just nasty work. And this is your king that y'all be praising. Gervonta Tank Davis, instead of applauding the accomplishments, just tip your hat. Just tip your hat. Hey, salute. And if you don't want to salute him, guess what? Just don't say nothing. Just don't say nothing. If you don't want to salute that man, just don't say nothing. Right? And so, Gervonta Tank Davis takes to social media because the boxing world is praising Terence Crawford for what he did. After Gervonta Tank Davis, when the fight was announced and when Terence Crawford was saying he wanted to go up from 154 to 168, Gervonta Tank Davis said he was doing it for the money, not for the legacy.
Long before this controversy, Crawford had already spoken openly about Gervonta Davis. He said he doesn't see Davis as someone willing to take risks against stronger opponents. Instead, he described Davis as more of a talker who avoids the toughest challenges. Crawford even admitted he simply doesn't like Davis, making it clear that any fight between them would go beyond competition, it would be personal.
Tank would never even think about to come up to 154.
What about 47 though?
Yes, if he get to pick his opponent. But Tank would never come from 35 to 54.
Y'all got into it on social media around that time. Is that just you being competitive, like when that happens? Or
I just really don't like that, dude.
Why, dude?
Cause I just don't like him. Like, I really don't like him. That's
like not your cup of tea. That's just not.
Yeah, I don't like nothing about him. I just felt like, he just one of these little arrogant little dudes that's using what he got to shield him. He got a lot of security guards around him, and he's in the limelight and stuff like that. But in certain situations, he wouldn't be acting like that.
Do you like him as a fighter though?
Yeah, he's a damn good fighter.
Yeah,
but like his core personality and his ways.
There's 3 Bill Haney, father and trainer of Devin Haney, also weighed in. He dismissed Davis's comments and said there was no way Tank could replicate what Crawford had done. According to Haney, Davis should stop trolling bigger fighters and stay focused on his own division. He insisted Davis should remain at 147 pounds instead of seeking attention. by calling out champions in weight classes where he doesn't belong. For Haney, Davis's remarks were nothing more than a publicity stunt.
Gotta ask your thoughts on Tank saying he'd knock out Terence in 6 rounds. You think he was playing, trolling, what? Selling tickets to his new fight?
Was that like his tweets? Like he's
Nah, he said it
on
audio.
video.
Huh?
He said audio. He said it. He's like, if I tap that chin, you know he chinny.
Listen, Terence has already hired us for any of the little guys. Anybody 130, 26, 30, 35, you know, Gary Russell, Tank Davis, you cannot go to get to Terence Crawford without going through us. Rolly Romero, leave Earl Spence alone. You see what I'm saying? You come over here and you get that ass whipping too. You know what I mean? Leave them big guys alone. Stop trolling them, right? They're best 147 pounders in the world, and they're the best 140 pounders for a reason.
For trainer Greg Hackett spoke passionately about Crawford's victory over Canelo, calling it one of the most important achievements in modern boxing. He emphasized that Crawford has nothing left to prove after doing something that hadn't been done in generations. Hackett reminded everyone that no fighter since the days of Bob Fitzsimmons and Henry Armstrong had risen through weight classes and dominated an opponent as highly regarded as Canelo. What made it even more historic, Hackett explained, was how Crawford won. It wasn't a close decision or a lucky shot, it was a clinical performance that left no doubt about who was superior. According to Hackett, this victory confirmed Crawford's place among the sports legends. He said critics should stop questioning his legacy because Crawford's accomplishments speak for themselves. For Hackett, Crawford's triumph was the very definition of greatness.
Armstrong held them all at the same time. Legendary shit. He goes in there and beats arguably the best fighter or one of the best fighters of his era.
Yeah.
Regardless of weight class.
Yeah.
What was your thoughts on the performance?
The performance was like clean. Like it was real. It was times where it was close calls. Like it looked like Canelo might, like damn, Canelo might get him right here. You know what I mean? Bud found a way out, slip up out of there. He was working behind his jab real good, footwork real good. You know, setting the pace. He was creating what I like to call spider web in there. You know what I'm saying? That's basically setting traps with your movement. The part I didn't expect was for Canelo to really approach Bud like Bud, you know, like he was just gonna punch on Bud. He was looking. What I mean by that is Canelo when he would hit Bud to his hips or like on the shoulder, because I seen him do it a few times. He was like Canelo was like looking for those results that he usually get when he do those things. And I was like, I can't believe he looking at Bud like that. Like he really trying to play Bud. I mean, on the low. He know Bud can fight, but it was like, I'm gonna hit, all right, when I hit you on your hip, you gonna act right. I mean, when I hit you on your shoulders, you gonna act right. And you could tell Canelo's been spoiled over the years. Canelo's gotten better, a lot better. And Canelo is a legend for sure. But you could tell he's imposed his will on a lot of guys and won off of his poker face alone. You know what I mean? Along with the punishing shots.
Although Crawford has openly said he dislikes Gervonta Davis, he hasn't ruled out facing him. Crawford made it clear, if Davis is serious, he needs to step up to 147 pounds where the fight can happen fairly. For Crawford, such a fight would silence Davis's trash talk and give him another chance to prove his superiority against a big-name opponent. But the choice, he says, is Davis's alone. If Tank truly believes he can win, he has to prove it in the ring, not just through bold statements.
Gervonta Davis speaking about you. Is that ever a possible fight?
Yeah, if he want to dare to be great, he can be like all the other fighters that moving up 2 weight classes and, you know, daring to be great.
You would fight him.
Man, tell him to come up there.
He got to come to win 54.
He said I got a glass chin, so tell him to come and touch it.
Ooh.
Wow, man. Gervonta said you got a glass.
He said I got a glass chin. Tell him to come and touch it.
At 147?
147. I'll make 147 for him.
Ooh, see, oh man.
You gonna have a pre-count.
Then what the people gonna say? Oh, he's beating up on little guys.
I don't know.
And even after such a rare achievement, some analysts noted that many fans and commentators were still reluctant to give Crawford full credit. They argued part of this came from favoritism toward Canelo, who has long enjoyed admiration, especially in Mexico. Meanwhile, Crawford, as an African-American fighter, has often faced unfair bias. For critics, the reaction to Crawford's victory was about more than boxing. It reflected deeper issues of popularity, race, and perception within the sport.
Especially enough for a guy to come 2 to 3 weight divisions lower. Well, so you would be asking a guy to literally just stand there like this new slap exercise. Slap me and I slap you. That's not boxing. And that's extremely sour grapes. And my advice to you is this. Although most times people will stay on cold, there's exceptions to the rules where people will say, I'm not going that far. You know what I mean? Like by our administration right now that's governing the New Russia. They do a lot of illegal things on a daily. But this pedophilia, some people are saying, no, I'm jumping off the boat on this one. I'm going to go with protecting the kids. I mean, I'll go with you with a lot of stuff, but protecting the kids is kind of important to me. Should be, right? It should be, level. So it should be, where you just you don't go a certain length, right? It should be borders. So say, okay, I don't go past that line. And the line should be pedophilia. Or a line should be no objectivity at all in the world of boxing. You saw a great performance, and Canelo just lost, right? This guy is just a better fighter, right? If he can come up from that weight division and stand in the pocket most of the time, and still win. If you are saying that you don't want Canelo to be able to cut the ring off with this guy that didn't really run at all, then you're basically saying, well, listen, let's just stand and slug. And that's brawling, right? That has nothing to do with boxing. And so people are going to jump off that. And here's something else that's going to happen to you people right now with sour grapes and are racists running around just saying ridiculousness, right? Because you're disappointed.